All right, everybody. Welcome back. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope all is well.
What's
Welcome back.
going on?
Welcome back to Huddle Talk. This is our episode number 2.
Yep,
So,
numero dos.
numero dos. So, how's everything going, Mike?
Great.
Cool. All is well.
Yep. Can't complain.
All righty. So, hey, yep, bunch of sports stuff today, folks. Bunch of stuff. One today was the NBA trading deadline, and there have been a lot of trades made over the last couple of days. Some big ones, but they had the big one today between the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. You had James Harden heading over to Philadelphia, and you have Ben Simmons and some other guys heading over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn got um, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, 2 first-round picks. Now, I mean, basketball first-round picks. Hey, you don't know. Um, we don't know what's going to happen with those, right? I mean, that's definitely hit or miss from that standpoint. Um, but hey, I mean, they could actually use those as trade bait as they want to make more trades. I mean, now they're not costing themselves anything. They just go ahead and ship out, these first round picks from that they're going to get from Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
should be interesting. Should be interesting. I mean, I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the community is going to care. The card collecting community is going to care. You know, but I wonder how people are going to start to look at James Harden now. Basically 2 years in a row saying, "Hey, you know what? I don't want to be here. I want out." You know,
Yeah.
so it doesn't look good for him. But if he gets back to playing the way he was and the value of his cards go up, well, hey, that's really what people are going to care about. At, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Really, no other big name. Well, I mean, Kristaps Porzingis got traded again, so he's on his third team. You know, I mean, I don't think it does anything for him. Um, Trying to think who else, what other kind of names got traded. A lot of people are high on Therese Halliburton, and when he got traded, so this may be good for him because Sacramento had a lot of a lot of guards, a lot of small forwards, and especially the last guy they picked, they were high on him. So I wonder if that can, help him out with with him getting more playing time, which then could help the value of his cards go on.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a good basketball has the All Star break coming up, and a lot of the guys that are injured are usually back after that. So after the All Star break, they're going to have what, about 25, 30 games to go.
Mhm.
So it'd be a hell of a sprint to the end to see who's going to be the big winners. Um, what do you think of news out of baseball today?
I like it. I think the universal DH is a good idea.
Yeah, I think the universal DH. I mean, it makes it easier for some teams to go after some guys that they might not have gone after. I mean, you look at, when you look at the free agents that are out there, right? You look at like a Freddie Freeman, for instance, right? And there might have been teams that might not have wanted to go to him because they like their first baseman that they have. Well, now maybe they can go ahead and have their hey, Fox Bama, how you doing, Mike? Hope all is well with you. You know, you take a guy like I said, like Freddie Freeman. All of a sudden, things change for him. You look at teams that had first baseman who would be okay with moving their first baseman to maybe as DH now and stuff. So
Yeah, I think it's gonna help us with our situation with Dom now.
yeah, I mean Dominic Smith now can stay with the Mets, or hey, maybe Uncle Stevie can open up the wallet one more time and have Freddie Freeman wearing the blue and the orange and watch the Atlanta Braves fans crap themselves.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
No, he won't, but it would be great if he did.
It would, I
Thanks,
guess.
thanks for stopping by, Mike. Appreciate you being here, man.
Anytime.
Well, Fox Bama's Mike also you got ahead. So it'll be interesting. I mean, hopefully this is the first step in this lockout being, the doors being unlocked, and we get some more traction. I mean, typically, pitchers and catchers. Well, I think they'd be there by now, if I remember correctly.
Or they usually start getting there this week or next week. It is a good name.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So, I mean, I think when you look at it from that standpoint, if we can move things along. I mean, I think we talked about it, last week, and I'm not saying that the players are in control, but I think the players are in a good situation because I don't think the owners want games to be missed. After what happened, the last couple of years and stuff. So I think from that standpoint, I think there's a good chance that things get done. I think there's potentially there could be more give and take this time versus in past years, because I think the owners, like I said, they're not going to want to miss games. They already had a hard 2 years ago they missed a ton. Last year at the beginning of the season, if I remember correctly, some places very limited in fans and stuff, weren't opened up completely right away from the beginning. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Going to be very, very, very interesting.
Yep, definitely.
And then we got the big game on Sunday.
Yep,
we have the Super Bowl. That's I'm looking forward to it. I think it has the potential of a good game. I think if Cincinnati can figure out a way to keep some of the pressure off of Joe Burrow from the defensive line of the Rams. My problem is I don't know if they could do that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I'm sure they are probably trying to put in a game plan. That's going to be run short passes and then hope to have Jamar or T. Higgins get loose every now and again. That the Rams maybe fall asleep and they could
Mm-hmm.
get a big throw out there. But again, hey, it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game. And we're always right now, and I hate to say it, but a lot of people are not paying attention to hockey right now, and I think the NHL may have made a big mistake in not letting the players go to China and play in the Olympics. I mean, I understand why they didn't want to, because if something happens there with a COVID outbreak, then they bring it back, and you could, really have an issue. But I think, that's the one time when people will watch some hockey that may not watch hockey because it's the Olympics, and it would help. But I think I think they made a big mistake there. Big mistake. Like it's tough, and this is that time of year which is always very difficult for sports. You know, um, you have your football going ahead and coming to an end. After the Super Bowl, then you really have that lull. You just have regular season basketball and regular season hockey. And a lot of people really don't care for watching. A lot of the regular season stuff. A lot of people, you know, um, like it better when they when they're in the playoffs and everything. Love selling cards. How you doing? Watching Purdue versus Michigan basketball. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I can say we're really not huge college basketball fans. I mean,
Nope.
when they have the March Madness, we'll watch some games and stuff like that. Watch the Final Four, to watch the championship game, but really don't follow it a lot during the year. I mean, I don't know. I just never. I mean, I've always watched professional basketball, not really watching college basketball that much, which is odd because college basketball. When I grew up in the Northeast with the Big East and everything, it was just it was crazy. Yeah, definitely. We hope the same thing. I mean, and there's stories on both sides, right? I mean, you'd love to see Matthew Stafford stuck in Detroit for all those years, what, 13 years or 12 years, 3 playoff games before this, and was 0-3, and now goes to LA first time Super Bowl. That's a nice story. And the Bengals are one hell of a story with Joe Burrow, getting hurt last year and coming back and being able, to be ready for the beginning of the season and all season long. If they're coming back from the ACL, and stuff, and uh, Cincinnati's a great story, also. So it is two great stories.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, whichever team wins has a great story for it, so.
That is true. That is very, very true. Both teams have a great story to tell. So, but what else is going on, Mike?
Not much. Just school and work.
Speaking of work, how is TGT coming along? How are you guys doing? Back open, full blown?
Doing good.
How's the new office? All kind,
I
the
mean,
people any
from
kind
what
of
I've heard
updates?
about the new office, it's nice. I haven't been there, obviously. Not too much more information I know about that besides that they have a nice view and they enjoy being in the office.
Very nice, very nice. Chef Marte still out there, or is he back home?
No, he is back in Pittsburgh, but I think he's going back out there soon.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he will be out there. I'm sure he'll make it a point to be out there as much as possible.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. So for anybody, catching this on the replay and stuff, um, you know, uh, We do have an eBay break going right now. Football, 12 boxes. It is, it is a football break, 2020 and 2021 product, all retail product, all blasters and hangers. Team started $4.99, went $5 shipping, and go from there. Hey, we have some boxes with autographs, the potential of maybe getting a potential you could get a Joe Burrow autograph. I mean, highly unlikely, but hey, the potential's still there. We got absolute footballs, so there'll be some kaboom hunting going on. You have some what do you call it? Prestige. Prism. So you got some Prism going on there. So it's potential of getting some. Was it on campus?
No, on campus is the Prism. Prestige, I don't know what they have.
Oh, that's right. So on the on campus, you can get that. But right there, you can see in the Chronicles, you can get an autograph. You find an autograph in this Chronicles. There's an autograph. You got contenders. You get yourself Mac Jones. You get a nice bronze. Hello, Mama.
What's up?
Fox. How you doing, Mama? Hope you're having a great night. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested, go ahead. Check it out. Like I said, it's a good amount of cards for basically just $10 if nobody else bids with you from that standpoint. So potential is there. Potential's there to get some good stuff. Like I said, hey, you get a nice bronze Joey B out of that out of that illusions. That's Joey B's cards. I mean, hey, you get his rookie card as a Super Bowl champion this young. Could go up in price. Could go up in price. I think he's already gotten a little bit of an uptick on the pricing of his cards. So, but they got to win. They got to perform. I'm sure Matthew Stafford's cards will get a nice little bump if he wins, and especially if he becomes MVP.
Yeah.
I think he could definitely. Excuse me. I think he could definitely see a bump in his cards. I mean, you got Jamar Chase for this year. I mean, hey, anything is possible with him too. I mean, he could, who knows? He has an unbelievable game. Excuse me. He could be, your MVP. I mean, it's crazy, but anything is possible, and so it'd be interesting to see what happens with how the hobby reacts to what's going on. And I wonder. It'd be cool to see if you can see something like a graph as the game is going on. What happens to cards and everything. Like Joe Burrow comes out like crazy. In that first half, you wonder at halftime. What the value of some of his cards would be. Let's say the Rams. The Bengals have a big lead or something along those lines. It'd be interesting to see what happens to some of those guys' cards as the game progresses. Because I know with basketball, not necessarily one game, but I know in the playoffs that happened a bunch with a bunch of the players. Players would go ahead and have a great series, have a great couple games, and then the next thing you know, their card prices are skyrocketing. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see how everything turns out. But the matchups are going to be interesting. Jalen Ramsey against Jamar. That's pretty cool. Hopefully that'll be something that'll be a good a good matchup. See how if they try and exploit that. See how they attack them. The tight end for Cincinnati, CJ, him being hurt. He said he's going to play. Who knows how he'll be, if he'll be limited or anything like that. Weapons there. Tight end for the Rams got hurt. Higbee, he's I think they said he's definitely out, or most likely out.
Yeah.
From that standpoint. But
you got anything down there to open up?
I can find something. It's not too hard to find something.
Go ahead and find something then.
What sport?
Whatever you want.
Man, choices.
Too many choices.
Let's do some 21 Bowman. Let me get my little handy dandy knife over here. I don't have my phone and stuff set up.
That's fine.
Do a live rip and chip. No, just kidding, folks. Maybe I can go ahead and pull her Wander Franco. We will see. So we'll go at this together, folks. Bobby Dahlback. Christian Pache. Not a bad little start. Kiba Ruiz. Luis Patino.
Nice.
Hey, wow, Mike Trout.
Whoa. Ooh. Hot box, huh?
Oh, man. All right.
Spoils it for himself.
I didn't look.
Oh, you saw.
No, I saw that. I just saw the top part. I stopped because I wanted to make sure that I could slow roll it. Top 100, numbered. That is Daniel Lynch, folks. 44 out of 50.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Other way. There you go. Ooh.
We got the pipeline.
Silver, what is that? Orioles?
That's the Orioles.
Very nice.
Beater. Laura. Let me get to the paper. Colorado Vera. Brennan Davis.
What's going on, Bogarts?
And Logan Davidson. Hey, Bogarts. That's not too shabby. Oh, and that.
I had it up there already.
What?
It was up there already.
Oh. Whoop. Woo! No, I can't tell. I don't know who's on the back.
You don't know, or you should know. You can see it there.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Oh.
Castillo. Belly. Donaldson.
He'll probably add on a couple more years on his career with this universal DH now.
Nola. Gallo. Vladdy Jr. And the Silvers. Futurist. Max Meyer.
Nice.
All right, Aaron Sabato.
That's a chrome first, too. It says first up top.
Yeah, that's a chrome first. Aaron Sabato. First Bowman chrome.
But does it have the same value it once did?
Probably not. We got some paper of Mr. Adams. Tristan Cass. And Seth Beer. Beer here. I don't like seeing the back one, so I want to be surprised too. So I'm going to put a fakey fake in there. Ooh, nice first one though. Lou Bob. Guy we were just talking about, Freddie Freeman.
Yep.
Be interesting to see what happens to him. Tanner Houck. Sam Huff, that's a good one, rookie card. Dalton Varshow, rookie card. Brady Singer. Chrome. Oh, nice. D.L. Hall for the Baltimore Orioles. Hey, a guy that I collect. Michael Toglia, that's nice. Ooh, Logan Gilbert. Another nice one. And our paper, Nolan Gorman. Alex Thomas. And Wander Franco paper.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. We put the Vladdy on the backside. Come on, somebody good. Alex Baum. Nolan. Juan Soto. There you go, Johnny. The Beast. All rise. Little Yaz. Bo. All right, here we go. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Key Brian Hayes, rookie, Bowman Chrome, rookie of the year favorites. Followed with another Daniel Lynch. Andrew, not sure who that is. Dylan Vingler. Nick Bristow, and Casey Martin.
Very cool.
But wait, there's more.
Of course.
Whoops. Trevor Bauer. Hey, it's going to be interesting. More news about him. with the DA not going to go ahead and press any kind of charges and anything. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. Soler, will he re-sign with the Braves now that he could be their DH if he wants to? Jesus Sanchez. Alex Kilcroft, another good rookie one. Jose Garcia. Mr. Jimenez.
Oh, wow.
Oh! Dylan McClain, first Bowman Chrome autograph.
Is that on card or on sticker?
That is on card.
Wow.
No sticker. Dang.
Here, show it again. You're solo so you'd see it better.
Dylan McClain. Or McClain.
Very.
First Bowman Chrome. Actual
I think
on card auto.
I want to say that might be the first autograph we've pulled from Bowman.
Yeah. The card looks good too. Okay. Then the paper. Oh, yep, the paper is what do you got? Rosario, Jared Kelly, and Servino. That's not bad. On card auto. Wanda Franco. And it's a 50. I'll take that.
That's it.
Oh no, there's one more. Dylan Carson rookie. Miguel Cabrera. Max Kepler. Every day is Glaber Day. Blake Snell. I think we got Chromes coming up. Oh, no, not yet. Yu Darvish. Scooble. And now we start the Chromies. Not too shabby. So you had a Perdomo, a Blake Walston, a Colton Weckler, and then another Max, a Sanchez, oh, no, Colton, there you go. There you go, that was it. Sanchez, the last one. Not too shabby, folks.
Pretty good box.
You go ahead. I mean, we got the Wanda Franco paper. We got the We got the Mike Trout. We got the Key Brian Hayes. Rookie year favorites. We got the Daniel Lynch. I'm assuming this is the orange. 44 out of 50. And the big hit, first Bowman Chrome, Dylan McClain on card autograph. On card right there. So, very cool, very cool. Nice box. I'm gonna have to get a sleeve and a top loader for this guy. So you're looking forward to 2022 Series 1 coming out by Topps, Mike?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. I think I'd be more excited for Bowman. I like Bowman better.
Yeah,
I think.
Bowman is a nice product, very nice product. I'm already looking forward to Gallery 2022. Still trying to find more mega boxes. I can't believe, wish I could find more. Wish I could find more. I only found those two out there. I keep trying to find more. Just not happening, sir. Not happening. That Wanda Franco was clean. So, what else going on? Nothing.
Nope, just waiting for. Hopefully, this baseball season starts. I'm very excited for our team. I think we'll have a good squad.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like with anything with those guys, the pitching staff is going to be interesting. I know we lost a couple guys. Well, I mean, we really lost one. Depending on, I hated to lose, Syndergaard, but I mean, who knew what you were going to get, right? I mean, what did we see? 2 innings out of him this past year. So,
Something like that. Yeah, some small sample.
yeah. So, going to be difficult to really, gauge, what he was going to give us. I mean, and don't forget, I mean, hey,
It's not bad for me. He goes to my my AL team, so
yeah,
can't complain too much.
no, and you got to hope that Jacob is healthy enough to keep going. I mean, if he's not healthy, even with Max, they're still in trouble. It's going to be tough because, who else they throwing out there? They're going to keep trying. What are they going to do? Carrasco again? And you lost 2/3 of your stuff. You lost what you thought was going to be 2/3 of your staff. So when you lose that much, yes, I guess again, yes, you gained, Mad Max, but it's going to be interesting to see what they can do with the rest of them. How does Peterson bounce back? What do they do with the with the other spots and stuff? The
I
bullpen
mean,
is,
they're really looking for a number 5
yeah.
because Carrasco's 3 or 4 and Walker's 3 or 4. I think the hope is to have Peterson there at 5.
Mm-hmm. Then you also got Yamamoto.
Yeah.
You got him. I mean, he's he's supposed to be rehabbing well and stuff, throwing the ball hard. The back end of the bullpen is still going to be the thing. How much trust is is Buck going to have in Diaz?
I think the back end's fine because you have him, Familia, and then you have Lugo. Just the front end I'd be more concerned about.
Yeah. True. True. Could be interesting. Got a new out. You got 2 new outfielders. Marte, and what's his name?
Cannon, something.
Yep. And who else did they sign? I can't remember. Didn't they sign another non-pitcher? Didn't they sign 3 guys?
No, I don't think so.
Or was it just those 2 and Max?
Oh, Escobar. Eduardo Escobar.
Oh, that's right.
The infielder.
That's right. Eduardo Escobar.
Which, I mean, the infield's the most interesting thing.
Why?
Because you have Pete and Dom. You
Right.
have Cano and McNeil. You got Lindor, and you got Escobar.
Yeah, I mean, Cano coming back really hurts Dom.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think if they would have let McNeil just go out there and play, not mess with his swing, let him do what he does, I'll bet you they would be a lot better off. I bet you they'd be a lot better off with him there. His defense is adequate enough that lets you put Cano in.
Defense is gonna be should be unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it lets you put Cano, in his 38 or 39-year-old body. He doesn't have to run that much. All he'll have to do is just, hit and run. Won't have to worry about being on a field that much. And between JD Davis and Escobar, you can.
I forgot about JD. I think JD will get moved though.
Yeah. Bogart says, "Did you see the trade with Harden?"
Yes, we talked about it at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, and I tell you, Bogarts, I think for me, it's an interesting trade. I personally, from an NBA standpoint, I thought the 2 places that the 2 places that Ben Simmons could go where he wouldn't have any issues and have to worry about scoring were the Golden State Warriors and the Brooklyn Nets. And I think when you look at what he's going to be able to do there, oh no, don't worry, bro. I think what Ben Simmons is going to be able to do there, for him to be able to basically be the lockdown defender, the guy can cover, 1 through 5. Hey, hobbyist, how's it going? Oh, I agree, Bogarts. The Nets won that one, in my opinion, a big time. They got a guy who can cover anybody 1 through 5. A guy who can run the fast break for them. A guy who now does not have to worry about being a scorer on that team at all. And I think the Nets, I don't know. I definitely think, I think the Nets won it. Now, don't get me wrong. Harden and Embiid, that's a pretty good combination to have. You can let Harden be the pure point guard there. And you can, you could potentially, I think they'll do well. I just think, when you put Simmons on a team where he can do really, where his biggest weakness is scoring, and when you look at what the Nets have between KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, he could be what he has to be. Yeah, Embiid is a monster. I tell you, I think, the way he has been playing, I mean, he has definitely been playing at an MVP level, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if he'll win the MVP, but he definitely has been playing that way. You know, he's a good defender. He's really good offensively. What is he like 29 and 12, I think, for what he's doing. So I mean, so from that standpoint, you know, uh, you know, I think obviously when you look at what was going on, you get rid of Drummond, which really wasn't that much. You did lose a shooter in Seth Curry, um, and you figure you weren't getting anything out of Simmons anyway. So what did you really lose by trading him and you get James Harden? And when you think at it from a standpoint of I know Philadelphia fans are very hard, on their athletes. But I'm going to tell you, New York fans are just as hard as Philadelphia fans. So,
if not harder.
yeah, I mean, there'll be that honeymoon period with Ben Simmons, but when Ben Simmons is in a game and if he gives up an easy layup,
Or starts
pass,
pulling up from the 3-point line and airballing.
yeah, and doing some crazy stuff, the fans ain't going to like that, and he's going to hear it. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. I was very surprised to see Golden State do nothing. Extremely surprised to see the Lakers do absolutely nothing. Now I heard that Brian, what is his name, Windhorst or whatever his name is on ESPN, said that the Lakers and the Knicks were actually talking. He did not say about what players or anything, but he said they just couldn't get a deal done. I think the Knicks were probably looking at their guys on their on expiring contracts that they probably just wanted to dump, and I'm sure LA probably
Yeah.
wanted
Russ, I think Russ was involved for
yeah
sure. I think it was D Rose and I can't remember somebody else.
yeah you know I mean, when you look at the way Russ is playing, who's going to want that contract? I hate the Lakers too. Not a big fan of the Lakers at all. Um, especially after LeBron went there. Go Bulls, man! I got scars from the Bulls of what they did to the New York Knicks when the Knicks probably had their best chance of doing anything when they had their best team during. But then again, who didn't have probably their best teams in franchises histories when Michael was playing with the Bulls those 3 years. Then he went away. He let Houston go ahead and get a couple. Then he came back and he said, "Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take the next 3 from you guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice day." So yeah, I mean, that was tough. That was tough during those years with Michael. But Bulls are looking good right now. I mean, it's a shame what happened with what's his name, Caruso, and also Ball getting hurt, because those guys were playing really good, and Chicago was doing really well. You know, those guys come back if they come back, they gel back again. I'm sure that turns into a really good team. And stuff. The East as a whole, I mean, is the East has some good teams. The East, the East playoffs are going to be fun when you figure Chicago, Miami, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, um, Philadelphia. I know you. I mean, to me, I wouldn't. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree with that. First time the Bulls are looking. Chicago is. You can't count Boston out. With with Tatum and Jaylen Brown there. And they made a move today, and a lot of people were like, big deal. But man, they brought Feast back to Boston, and again, hey, not a big superstar, but he's a very good role player. He fits in there well, so he's going to do pretty good. And they picked up Derek White, who's a good shooter, who could spread the floor and open up some more stuff for Tatum and Brown. So Boston had a good time, but the East, I mean, that's 6 teams right there that that are very good teams. I think the problem you have is you have a little bit of a of a drop off, because then you do have the Knicks, you do have, then they're playing bad. You have Detroit, you have Washington, yeah, he's definitely a grinder. He's a grinder. He gives you a big who's gonna give you hustle, and the whole game and everything. He's gonna be out there giving you everything he's got, team first and stuff like that. So East is going to be interesting as the playoffs come. The West is going to be interesting, because you have the Suns and you have the Warriors. Then you do have a little bit of a drop off there. You have a little bit of a drop off, so it's going to be interesting to see what Utah can do. I'm sure the Lakers, some of these guys that got traded today are probably going to get bought out. And I'm sure the Lakers will be watching the guys that get bought out and, be making a play for some of those guys, because Dennis Schroeder got traded. Just talk that he'll get bought out. Brogdon, what's his name? The guy from, he was with Miami. Then he went to Toronto, was unhappy there. Oh, man, whatever his name is. He got traded. They expect him to get bought out. So it'll be interesting. Interesting. Mike doesn't have much because he doesn't really get into basketball at all.
Yeah. I don't keep up with it like that.
He's basically a one sport dude.
No, I keep up. I like football. I keep up with football.
Yep. Yeah, Bogarts, you're right. I mean the super teams. I mean, that's the way it's going to go, and it's what sport, Mike? Bogarts wants to know for you.
Baseball is the main thing, but I keep up with football a good bit too.
The super team thing. I don't know. I don't know how they. I don't know how the NBA, how it's going to be good for the league, because when you put these super teams together now, because the problem you have with some of them is more people are going to root that they fail. Go Royals and Chiefs. So we got Chicago Bulls, Kansas City Royals, and Kansas City Chiefs. It's almost about time for the Royals to make another run, or maybe that's in another year or two. They always have
that's
that time.
Way, way down the way.
Wow, they won 15, didn't they?
Yeah, but they also had a really good team in 15.
True.
Name somebody they got now besides Perez and Merrifield.
Mondesi.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
Can you name another? Without looking at your cards?
Daniel Lynch, right? Yeah, Daniel Lynch.
Because you just open cards, but you can't name anybody on their starting 9.
No, off the top of my head, I can't. I mean, I probably no, I can't. Yeah, Royals are. I mean, the Royals are. The Royals are one of those teams. You never know. I mean, you know, I don't know. They're minor leagues. I don't know much about that, so I couldn't tell you how good that is. You know.
I mean, their big guy is Bobby Witt. I mean, hopefully he'll get called up and add some excitement to the team. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think the thing is how you take a guy like that.
Yeah, they need a lot more bats.
Oh yeah, I mean, but you take a guy um like Bobby Witt. How long do you keep him down?
I don't know. You could say the same thing about Adley over in Baltimore.
True, true, and maybe excuse me. Maybe what do you call it? What the hell is it? MLB up here? Maybe some of these new agreements will get these guys up in the big leagues, sooner. I mean, when you look at Kansas City, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, they don't. Bobby Witt's supposed to be the starting third baseman. Oh, they got Benintendi. We forgot about him.
Yeah, but since he got there, he fell off.
True, true. I'm not saying that. I mean, they got some nice pieces. I don't know if they have enough to go ahead and compete. When you're going to have Brady Singer, Chris Bubik, Brad Keller, Daniel Lynch, and Mike Minor as your starting five, it's going to be tough. I'm surprised Mondesi has been bumped that he's not showing as the starting shortstop, which is surprising. I thought he was a lot better, but
No,
maybe
I think he has a lot of defensive issues.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know about enough about the young guys. The thing you got,
It's Correa, but there ain't unless you guys got a crap ton of money, ain't no way he's going there.
yeah, and you got to look at the Tigers in that division. Tigers made some noise when you look at what they did. You still have Correa and Story out there also. But you think
Yeah,
the Tigers added a top of the rotation starter in Rodriguez. You added an MVP potential guy at shortstop in Javi Baez. You know, they're probably gonna give Daz Cameron a shot. Another young guy, another rookie.
yeah. I think they'll be there in number 2, right behind White Sox. I mean, it's still the White Sox division.
Well, yeah, the White Sox.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't, but I don't know what your guys' budget is, and I don't know if they're willing to pay. Because I mean, Carlos Correa want to get his money, want to get one of those Lindor, Corey Seager type contracts.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be more along that lines than he is going to want to be in a Javi Baez thing.
I think
But
he'll go to the north side.
but even if he gets Javi Baez, man, it's still 140 million.
Yeah, but he's not taking 140 million
No, he's probably going to be in the 200 million range.
easily.
You know, who's going to open up that wallet? You never know. One never knows. But you got two shortstops out there. You got between him and you got Trevor Story. Both of those guys are going to want some cash, and the problem you have is who's going to open up the wallet for it? There's not a lot of teams left that are going to be willing to spend a whole boatload of money.
I could see one of them going to Seattle. Seattle has a good young team coming, especially now you have a hole at third with Seager being retired. I don't know who their I think their shortstop's J.P. Crawford or somebody. I don't know exactly who it is, but I mean they got
Let's
a
see.
spot there. I mean Yankees obviously. That's another one. Or you could go. No, I was gonna say you could see Correa going to Miami, but not after those comments came out about Derek.
Yeah, he ain't going there. Yeah, I mean Seattle. I mean it makes sense. They got Abraham Toro, and I mean he got a young player there playing third base. I don't know if either one of those guys would want to move up, would play there. I don't know. Or I don't know how much they are in love with J.P. Crawford, or could Crawford move over to third base if you want to bring one of those two there? You know, they signed Robbie Ray this year.
Yeah, I mean they almost made the playoffs last year. I mean they have a good young core. That I don't know if either of them want to be around another young core. I mean, Correa's been through a build up and building a championship team. Um, Trevor's just been kind of thrown out there high and dry ever since Nolan left.
Mm-hmm. No, I think to me you still can't count out L.A. either. The Dodgers for either of those two guys. Well, not Correa, but I think for Story. You know.
I think they're gonna. I don't know. Because
No, you're.
you got Gavin and Chris Taylor who can bounce back and forth between there.
Mm-hmm.
JT's probably going to come back for another freaking year and play again and again and again till something happens to him.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you have Max, and Max can mix in at second and first.
Yep.
Cody first in the outfield. Mookie second in the outfield. Chris Taylor in the outfield. See, they just have a good team because their guys are very versatile.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you look at it from that standpoint, they do. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's again, it's one of those things where you just never know. But yeah, I think if you add either Story or Correa to the Orioles, yeah, I mean to the Royals, yes, they are a lot better. But to your point, you know, can you afford them? You know, where the dollar's going to come from? Oh, that's pretty cool. What part of Texas? Keuchel, JD Martinez, and Correa. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and again, you know, the DH. Oh, but the DH changes things, Mike. In the
Yeah,
National
but
League,
those two guys are very good defensively,
they
so
are.
they're gonna be on the field.
But that is what I'm saying from a standpoint of is you could now, for instance, if you're the Dodgers, okay, you could sign one of those two, move Trey Turner over to second,
Oh, I
take
forgot. Yeah, they have Trey.
take
Yeah,
Chris.
no, they're not gonna do that because they're up the middle is gonna be Trey and Gavin.
No, right now it's Taylor.
Yeah, but that's just because they're high on Lux. Lux is gonna get time at second. Taylor can play second, but he's also really good in the outfield.
Corpus Christi. Right, but what I'm saying though is now you take the DH, you put it in LA. Now you could have Justin Turner be your regular DH. Opens up a spot at third base. Maybe you can put Chris Taylor there, and you can put a Gavin Lux, or hell, if you're gonna if you can get Story or Correa, you can have Trey move over and figure it out, because you could take AJ Pollock, who gets hurt a lot, make him your full-time DH. That's what I'm saying. That the whole thing with the National League.
But that doesn't make sense for them because Trey doesn't want to play second. Trey's way better at short than second.
Very true.
They're gonna get Freddie, and Freddie's gonna be their DH, and he'll mix in a couple games at first, just because he's really good defensively there.
But why? But again, why not put him at first? Make Max Muncy your DH.
They will. They'll swap. They get Freddie. Freddie can play first some games, DH most. Max can play first, DH. Max can play third. Max can play second.
Yep.
With the DH, Freddie looks. If I'm the Dodgers and the DH thing just happened, I'm definitely looking directly at Freddie. That's just me though. If I was the Dodgers.
Oh, I don't think you're wrong. I think you have to look at Freddie if you're the Dodgers now with the DH. It makes no sense not to look at Freddie. It makes absolutely zero sense to not look at him. But that's what I'm saying. For any team, whoever it is, it makes sense for the Mets to look at him. It makes sense for the Dodgers to look at him. It makes sense for the Padres to look at him.
I wouldn't go to that team.
Why?
I mean, they have good pieces, but I just don't think. I'm still not. My take of the day is I'm still not sold on Tatis being a $300 million shortstop. To me, he makes too many fielding errors.
Hey, you know what? He started playing the outfield. Maybe that's a place for Correa or Story. I think towards the end of the year, he started playing the outfield.
Then the Padres owner must got deep pockets like Stevie Boy.
But the problem you have is this. I think that's the only way you're going to beat the Dodgers right now is by outspending them. Because a lot of their players are locked up for a few years. The younger ones, Lux, Will Smith, some of these other guys, these other young guys, Walker Buehler, from the young guys in the pitching staff, the young guys that play the field, they're all locked up for a number of years. Bellinger's contract is pretty decent. I think he signed didn't he sneak in of like a 4-year extension just before the lockout, I think, or something like that?
I don't know.
Mookie signed the monster deal there. So I mean, they're they're one of those teams, that you look at that they're going to spend to fill a hole. They have the minor league system. You saw that. Hell, they were able to get Trey Turner and Max to make a run. And what did they really? Look what they gave up. They gave up, to Washington. They gave up, the catcher, and they gave up, somebody else, another decent prospect. So I mean, I just think it's interesting. It's a very interesting it's a very interesting scenario. Very, very interesting scenario out west. What are the Giants going to do? They lose Buster Posey. They lose probably what was considered, the heart and soul of their team. He retires. They got
Brandon Belt.
Huh?
Still got Brandon Belt.
Yeah, but the giraffe ain't much. I mean, baseball is somewhat getting to like what Bogarts was talking about, with the NBA, with these super teams, baseball still. I mean, baseball's been this way for even longer than basketball has been. Basketball they have to figure out a way to make numbers work. Pardon me, baseball doesn't. I don't care who you are. If you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, you're not sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, man, I can't believe we got a chance this year." If you're a Colorado Rockies fan, if you're an Arizona Diamondbacks fan, you're sitting there going, "Oh, yay. We get to play another year and stuff." I mean, the young talent, it's, that, a lot of teams don't have the young talent and don't develop the young talent like you've seen the Tampa Bay Rays do, like you've seen, even the Florida Marlins. You look at some of their young talent that they have really good young talent. You look at the young talent that the Phillies have been bringing up. You look at you look at the Braves. Look at the young talent, man. They bring up Acuna, like, okay, can't have any more. Then they bring up Ozzie, like, oh, much, they can't have any more. Then they bring friggin' Austin Riley up. You're like, well, they can't really have that much more. And then they've got Christian Pache. And it's like, what the hell? Stop.
Yeah, but Christian Pache's already got brought up and then sent down.
So did Mike Trout.
Okay, yeah, but you can't compare the two.
I'm not comparing the two. I'm just making a statement. It has happened to a lot of players that have been. Look at what JD Martinez went through. Facts. Super teams hate him. Yep, I'm with you there, Bogarts. I mean, JD Martinez.
I don't think super teams are. You can call it super teams in baseball, but I don't really see them the same as basketball.
No, I don't think. No, you can't equate the two with each other for sure. That you definitely cannot do. But I think because it's harder in baseball because it's an individualized team game.
Yeah, because you can have two crazy guys, but they don't show up that day, or they do what they do, but the other 7 don't. You're screwed. But in basketball, if you have 2 crazy guys and they show up and go crazy, your chances of winning the game are way higher.
Oh yeah, no. That's I don't know. I don't disagree. You've seen over the years. It's not like back in the sometime in the 80s or something along those lines, when George Steinbrenner was running the Yankees and he didn't he didn't give a crap and he just went ahead and spent money on everything. I think at one point in time the Yankees had like 3 or 4 or 5 guys that had over $150 million contracts. In baseball, it is harder. I mean, you look at the Dodgers; they've had a crazy payroll. Hasn't really. I mean, they've won what once
in the COVID year, so it's
and it
not
was
really
the short one, right?
Not really a World Series win.
The Mets this year. The Mets have the highest one right now. It doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't. But if Lindor hits 230 again or 240
He's
again,
not going to hit 230 again.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying if he does, I'm just saying these are the things that that you got to look at. These are the things that what's all up and everything. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. The baseball season is going to be very, very interesting. A lot can happen. There's a lot of hopes. there's a lot of high expectations for a number of teams who haven't had high expectations, in the last few years. I think they're going to be asked to perform, and hopefully those teams can. So. So, all righty, hey, with that, we've been on for an hour and 15. Why don't we go ahead and wrap this up? We appreciate everybody watching, appreciate everybody stopping by. As always, can't do this without you guys. If you could go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, we'd appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, go right ahead, do that. And if you could, if you were here, if you go ahead and you come back later, ball guys, thanks a lot. If you can come back and leave a comment, we'd appreciate that also. So with that, episode 2 of Huddle Talk is in the books. Thanks a lot, everybody. And we'll see you guys
tomorrow night
live for the break. Have a good one.
See ya.